Hey, what's up, fellas? Dustin Fox here. Today, we're going to break down exactly the truth that every dad needs to understand, and that is that you need to pick discipline over comfort at all times. And for those of you who don't know, I'm the founder of Fox Fit Nation, and it's a program that I have online where I coach men to become their best possible versions of themselves. So without further ado, let's hop right into this video. I think you guys are going to like it. Here's a couple phrases that I think most men have probably said, as they get into their older adult life is, like, I don't have time anymore. When things slow down, I'll get back in shape. My metabolism just isn't what it used to be. These are just fucking stories that you tell yourself to keep yourself in that comfortable zone because you don't want to push yourself to get uncomfortable. Like, that's just what you do. It's kind of like an automatic response, and you want to stay comfortable because most people don't like to be uncomfortable. They don't like to push themselves. They don't like to do things that they don't want to do. This is something that you have to learn how to do. This is called discipline. Discipline is going to beat motivation every single time, guys. Motivation is an emotion. That's why it fades. That's why it goes up and down. That's why you won't have, any motivation for days at a time. You have to understand that discipline is the system. That's what's going to stay. That's what's going to continue to push you and help you get along the journey into that final destination of where you were trying to go. Like, here's a good example. You don't have to, you don't need motivation to get up and go to work every day, right? No, because your family's depending on you. So like, that's the same kind of way that you need to view your health, is that it's a non-negotiable. This is something that you have to do no matter what. Your kids and your family are depending on you to show up, be strong, confident, have the energy to give to them after work, to give to them on the weekends, to, be able to just continue showing up as your best possible version. Because if you just keep waiting for that motivation to, appear out of thin air, you might be waiting forever. And I've said this many times, like, I found fitness at a young age and it literally saved my life. I'd either be dead or in prison right now. And those two things are not an outcome that most, people want in their lives. And every time like life has gotten hard, the gym is what saved me. And trust me, I've had my fair share of, redemption stories where I've basically damn near died and came back to life many, many times. And the gym has always been at the forefront of that. But once I became a dad, I really started to realize that that going to the gym wasn't just about me anymore. It was also about, developing someone that my son can look up to, developing and showing my daughter what a strong role model of a man should be. So she can, use that as a blueprint in her life of how she's picking a man. You got to raise the standards of your kids' living. And with that, that's kind of when everything changed. Once I started realizing those things, I really realized that discipline has to be part of my identity because my kids and my family rely on it, but so do I. And there's a lot of ways you can go about this. Like, you don't need to, just jump freaking, you don't need to just start going to the gym, 6 days a week. Like, you can start stupid small. Start going to the gym, two workouts a week actually, and make that non-negotiable. But so when you make that non-negotiable, you should start building those habits. Schedule those workouts. Schedule them like your meetings for work. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna miss that work call, right? So if you schedule your workouts the same way, you're not gonna miss those workouts. And with this, you're just simply keeping promises to yourself, because every time you break a promise to yourself, you just start to destroy your own self-respect. But every time you keep one, you build that self-respect. You build that confidence. You feel better about everything you're doing in life when you keep those small promises to yourself on a daily basis. It's very simple. Just stop negotiating into weakness or with weakness. Like, if you allow weakness to come up and even have a say in what you're doing, that's right when you should be doing it. Like, oh, I don't really feel like going to the gym. Go to the fucking gym. Go do it right now. Like, don't let that be any part of your inner dialogue with the weakness telling you to not do it. Slam it in the face, like, nah, I'm not listening to that today. Let's go right now. At the end of the day, man, your kids are just simply watching you guys, man. Like, they're watching the way you eat. They're watching the way you talk to yourself. They're looking and watching the way you handle everything in life. You don't have to be consistent. No man's going to be perfect. God did not put us on this planet to be to be perfect. But if you're consistent, things will change. Things will get better. I mean, the reality is, like, you have to be the dad that shows the family what discipline really is. You have to be the example that's going to change those, the bloodline. That's going to change the predisposed crap that we're all, headed towards just because of our family's history. You have to put that time and effort in and just understand, like, that's on your shoulders. And that's okay. You should step into that and rise to that challenge every single time. And if you guys are ready, like, I can help you right now. If you hit that link in my bio and fill out that application, or you go to my Instagram and shoot me a DM, we can start a conversation, man. But I'll tell you right now, if you start now, it's going to be better than waiting and waiting, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. This channel is all about helping dads becoming their best possible versions of themselves. If you liked what I put out today, hit that subscribe button, go follow me on Instagram, and just keep watching for good content.